Getting more folks to buckle up. That's the goal of the National Click It or Ticket campaign. Starting on Monday, officers will begin increasing enforcement in Harrisonburg and throughout the state of Virginia. A pre-enforcement survey was conducted in Harrisonburg, and the current safety belt usage rate was 86%. The goal in Virginia is to increase the safety belt usage from 82% to 83% statewide. And joining us now to discuss Click It or Ticket is Mary Hope Vass, Public Information Officer for the Harrisonburg Police Department. Mary Hope, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Bob.
Now, the pre-enforcement survey was conducted in Harrisonburg. When was that taken and who did that?
The survey was conducted on May 5th, and that was done by some of our traffic officers, and they went around to different areas in the city to determine exactly how many people were wearing their seatbelts.
Okay. And an 86% rate is actually above the Virginia rate of 82%, so I guess the city's doing well.
Yes, we are above the statewide average right now, but we certainly want to either improve or maintain. We also will conduct a post-event survey, and that will determine if the messages got out and how many people continue to wear their seatbelts after the campaign.
Okay. Now, since it's a secondary offense, you can't stop someone if you see them only not wearing their seatbelt, correct?
Correct. Officers have to have a primary reason to pull a car over or to give a citation for someone not wearing their seatbelts. Individuals who are 16 years old and younger must have their seatbelts on. That is a primary offense.
So if an officer sees a kid in the back seat jumping around, they can pull you over for a primary offense for that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what about the adults, though? Since you can't, if you see somebody driving and, oh, he's not wearing a seatbelt, an adult, do you then look for something else to pull them over for?
Throughout this campaign, there is definitely an increased patrols for safety belt usage, and we certainly are going to be looking for those who aren't wearing their seat belts, but it does have to be a primary reason for a car to be pulled over.
Okay. Now, how will enforcement be done?
We will be conducting checkpoints as well as saturation patrols, and this week is what they call the media wave, and that's where we participate with the media to let the community know and give them a heads up that the campaign will begin next week.
Okay. Now, how long do you expect this to last?
The campaign will wrap up on June 4th, and then after that date is when we will begin the post-enforcement surveys.
Will there be more police on patrol?
There will be extra officers assigned specifically to the checkpoints and also assigned to the saturation patrols.
So you'll actually have more officers out than usual?
Right.
So how do you pay for that in this tough economy?
A lot of the Click It or Ticket campaigns are grant funded, which is certainly a huge benefit during these times. But all the officers working are aware of the campaign and will also be participating.
Okay. How do you, what type of excuses do you hear for not wearing seatbelts?
Certainly officers have heard a lot of different things. One of the first responses that came to one of the officers was that it would wrinkle the individual's clothes, that it was just uncomfortable, or they just forgot to wear it that morning.
Mm-hmm. What message can you give to folks for safety reasons for wearing seatbelts?
It definitely can save your life. A safety belt is used along with the airbag, so if you are in an accident, they are coordinated to work together. And also a safety belt, if you are in a major accident, can help you stay behind the vehicle, behind the wheel, and also maintain control of the vehicle.
Okay. And it definitely is safer to be wearing than not be wearing, because you do hear some people say, well, what if I'm in a fire or this or that? It's generally safer to wear than not wear.
Yes. Last year's statistics, there were more people that died in a fatal accident that were not wearing their seatbelts versus those who were wearing their seatbelts.
All right. Mary Hope Vass, Public Information Officer for the Harrisonburg Police Department. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us, Bob.
And now let's send it to Mel.